try to talk to me and flirting with me, and your grandmother will come and get in her face and say, you stay yourself away from my man. And I was like, so grandma was gully, huh? And he was like,
right.
You know, I didn't expect that from my grandmother. But he was like, but I never, he said, even if your grandmother would have told that lady that she better watch herself, I already knew I was not interested in this woman. And my grandmother has been passed away for 11 years. And my grandfather is still a good-looking man. And my grandfather refuses to date. He always says, I can't find my Daisy again. My name was Daisy. 11 years, they had their children together. And he always says, I can't find my Daisy again.
Right.
And when my grandfather got with my grandmother, she had 2 children before they had their 5 children together. And he had no children. You understand? So there is people still get to love and find their happily ever after, because if he would have counted my grandmother out, but she had finally found her king.
Right.
My grandfather loved that woman to 11 years. My grandmother has been in the ground, and my grandfather is a good-looking man. All his teeth, all his hair is all gray. He still look good. He goes bike riding, but like you'd be like, Grandpa, how you can still touch your toes? And I think my grandfather turned 89 or 87. And my aunts is in the building, and one of my aunts tell me how my grandfather is almost 90. Look good. And women try to talk to him like at his senior center, and he just be like, I can't find my Daisy again. So we can't say every man is a dog. Every man is gonna do this. Like because first of all, there is women who cheat on men too and hurt men too. She's not exclusive.
It's a cycle.
It's not just exclusive.
It's a cycle. I feel like people talk about mommy daddy issues. Some people experience seeing their mom do dirt, and that's why they do dirt as men towards women. Sometimes it's resentment towards their mom. Just like, women go after a certain type of man because of what they saw their dad do and what they experienced from their dad. It's a cycle. I feel like a lot of times that it has something to do with that, either seeing sisters do certain things, aunts do certain things, just having different experiences. That comes from whenever you're manipulating women, or when there's a cycle of, being a womanizer, there's resentment there. I feel there's some type of resentment towards women when that's a cycle. It's not just something that you make the mistake of doing.
Hold on, boo. Because Manny Fresh, you could be blocked and blessed. You could be blocked and blessed.
I don't see in the comments anymore. What's going on? Like the comments are frozen.
Probably because I was doing something. Can you see it?
It's still frozen, but we'll see if it'll start going in a second.
There it goes.
On my side.
Come out and come back in. Exiting, and now come bring you back in.
Okay.
Platinum Plus. I like what options are going to. I like people with options are going to cheat. It's about mom and dad issues. Whether dating or in a relationship, the key is open, honest communication. It's not fair to take someone's options away if you don't be upfront and honest about your intentions. Yes, Jazzy Jen. No. Excuse me.
Right, like that.
Sorry, I'm back. Aisha, will you move different now? I've always moved different. Is what y'all don't understand.
What do they mean? What do you mean by move different?
Yeah, because I don't understand what you get. I keep saying, if this is the 100th time, this was unconventional dating.
You
I've been
met him on a dating show
I've,
that people
I've
had
been
to convince you to
separated
go
from
on.
my husband for 9 years. I separated from my husband for 9 years, and I've been dating for the last 5 years. Going on 6 years, because I didn't date after I left my husband. I didn't date for the first 3 years. So for the last 6 years that I've been dating, I have not had bad experiences. And I don't know how many times I have to say that. This was unconventional dating. We want to talk about
Projection.
we want to talk about projection. Why are women comfortable with saying ha 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 ha?
Mm-hmm.
Why are
And
women
then more than any, like I keep noticing that people keep on painting a picture. I don't know if it's based on their story. That's on like projection. It's a lot of projection going on,
mm-hmm.
and celebrating other people's pain.
Lady, women should get to know men before we dive deep. Where did you guys see me dive deep? So a lot of the speculation is what I'm confused about.
Mm-hmm.
Because you saw a few pictures on my Instagram page. You saw a few interviews where we talked about, and a lot of the interviews was talking about my journey as a woman and wanting to love a Black man. I'm really confused of where the deepness in the all comes from. Vanessa, I really want to know where this picture that's being painted, where people keep saying you gave your all. If I gave my all, I wouldn't be sitting here. Where did I give my all? I want to know. You dove too deep. You fell in love. When did I say I was in love? When did I say
Fresh.
it was fresh. It was
It
6
was
months.
fresh. It was new. Y'all
6 months.
dating.
6 month
Together,
totality.
enjoying each other,
8 months.
learning each other.
I didn't give my all, but I am going to show up in a relationship. I feel like a lot of what the world does is tell us that we have to play games with each other in order to find out if somebody likes you.
It's okay to be honest and
It
date
is to be honest.
seriously and move forward and actually try to build something substantial.
Mm-hmm. Because what do you think about that game plan, Des? What do you think about the game plan that
I'm not interested. You know, I'm not interested in pretending I'm not interested in somebody. If I am wanting to pursue something and if I want to get to know you, I'm going to be available for my person to pursue me. I'm going to be available for that. I'm going to be open to it. There's no reason to front. And I'm gonna be direct if I'm not feeling it. I'm not gonna hang around if it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
For a free meal or whatever, it's not worth it. If you really want your person, you have to hold space for that person. And playing games is holding space for exactly what you're doing. So you gotta move how you gotta move how you want to feel.
Exactly. Because this game playing that everybody say, act like you like him, but like him. Give too much, but not a lot. Give a little bit, but pull back a lot. If he asks you out, say you're not available. But then post like you out with your girlfriend having a good time. And then when he watch his story, turn it up. And then block him. And then unblock him. It's like nothing.
And then you know what else I want to speak on? The fact that a lot of women talk about what is necessary and you got to do this and you got to pay this and you got to do this in order for me to date you seriously. But honestly, let a man show up however he's going to show up. And whatever his truth is, you decide if you're going to deal with it. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's, it's all, people are so caught up in gender roles and speaking on a man is supposed to do this and this and that and pursue me and open the doors and do those things. But the fact that you feel the need to tell a man what he has to do, and if he's not showing up in that way and you take the time out to tell him, you're not in your feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's your job to decide it's not for you and keep it pushing.
That
So
part.
the fact that you even taking the time out to tell this man, well, why don't you do this for me? And, you know, it's like, that's not the energy to attract the masculine energy you
Mm-hmm.
desire.
That part.
So you know, keep it pushing.
Yeah. Is there anybody who would
Like
like
you
to?
did.
Yeah. Is this
This is not for me. I don't care to share you or whatever. And so yeah,
There's also no
I'm out.
time limit on, oh my God, butterfly queen. That's why I say there's also no time limit on love. My aunt and my uncle fell in love with each other within a couple of months in dating, and they were married for 60 years and they have married until death. Exactly, because this is what I don't understand. What is the limit for love? So I watched somebody post in a story earlier today that said a courting phase takes a year. They said
Who
courting
said
phase
that?
takes
Like
a
who
year.
made that
Listen to this.
rule?
It's that courting phase takes a year. A man's ability to want to know if he's going to marry you takes 3 to 4 years. After that, after that, the man should be able to marry you. I was like, who? Where's the Bible for courtship?
Right.
Because we got the Holy Bible, right? But where is the Bible for I have to, how long am I supposed to like you? How long I'm supposed to know I want to spend the rest of my life with you? How long I want to know how you own. The only rule to that is if people show up. When they don't show up, you exit stage left.
Exactly. Nobody is required to show up the way you want them to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You just decide if you want to keep them around.
Nobody knows
You
you.
just decide if you want to stick it out.
We all
And if you don't,
you peace out. Because
exactly.
we're all animals, right? So naturally, we first meet each other, what do we like first?
I mean, we're physical. Naturally, we're looking at the physical.
And that's when the like and the lusting happens, right? And then you get to know the person. And then as you date the person, you start to find out if you can live, what you can live with, what you can't live with. Is that worth not being with them? So it is a give and take with this. But some people people have the luck where they find their person and they like, it's done deal. Let's do this. Some people may take longer, but why do I have to act like I don't like you if I like you?
Right.
It's weird to me. Okay, somebody wants to.
Yeah, what were you supposed to do to, you know, in order for it not to be a matter of you diving deep? Since you supposedly dove deep, what could you have done differently? I mean, that doesn't really matter. I mean, you know what I mean? That's rhetorical, but it's just like, why is it you were invested to the degree that, I mean, you were open. Open and ready to receive, and you didn't have any reason to think that you were doing the wrong thing until you did.
Until I did. So that's what baffles me when people say
I think that people don't have a blurred idea of what dating is also. And getting to know people. Everybody has their these different views on what that truly looks like. So, you know, dating one person is doing a lot, I guess.
I appreciate this platinum plus 90. This is a man, and he says pretending to love someone is not my thing. Love is not a toy. But he also has admitted on here that he said he has once been a cheater. So I appreciate men who recognize their faults and then they say, hey, but now growth has taken place. It's not to say no one's perfect. I'm not perfect. And I think, like you said, a lot of women may look at me and say, oh, she's always put together. Da, 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 da. Oh, so I'm happy she finally fell and scraped her knees.
Right,
yes!
right.
And it's like, sis,
it's like it makes you
I will never take pleasure.
Normal, relatable, or whatever.
My mom always said, make sure the man likes you more, and it worked for me. And that is true. But again, when did you guys see me like this man more than he liked me? Whether somebody had a more laid-back personality and I'm more boisterous, that's something different. But where did you guys sit with us and go on dates with us, or the multiple calls that happened between us where you can decide that he liked me more than I liked him, or I liked him more than I'm so confused. So this thing that's been put out is like, oh, she liked him more than he liked her. Where did you guys see that at?
Right.
When by the time everyone watched the show, we were already off your TV screen and dating without you guys knowing. We had to be secret about when we went out on dates and hoping nobody would take a picture of us based on just the promos. So it was until the world caught a wind that we was the ones who made it to the end. We were living a regular life, just dating each other. So I'm confused of where did you guys see this all I gave and the me liking more than him. I know the rule, but I'm also not going to play a game. I like this man. I'm going to say I like him. And no one is going to tell me I can't. But when as a community, once again, do we stop saying, ha, 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 it didn't work. We told you so.
Right.
You were stupid because you didn't see it. We saw it. We saw the million red flags. But when did you see the million red flags for the Tony you dated? You dated Tony and the red flags was right in Tony's face. Tony was living out his car and you still gave him a chance.
Not Tony.
You know? It's like Tony was living on his mama couch and you still gave him a chance, sis. And you loved him. Tony told you, I got a baby on the way, but I like you. Tony told you, I got a wife, but you still liked him. We all have been somebody's fool.
At some point, to some degree or another.
We have all been somebody's fool. First of all, red flags.
Even if it was years ago, it's like, I mean, you know, I feel like sometimes people, of course, it's your past, so you're not that person anymore, but it still happened.
I meant,
you know,
how do you know he did not do the chasing? Once again, I'm so confused.
What happened?
So somebody said, I mean, let him do the chasing. Once again, we have been. I'm just confused. I feel like I was sitting there, like at the stove cooking, like, I hope he comes home and like me. Oh my God. And you know what's the funny with the thing with red flags, right? Because I've been in therapy, right? So therapists use the terms watching out for red flags.
Sorry, y'all. It's about to yawn.
And therapists have used the term when you were in therapy, red flags, right? It wasn't until the incident this caught wind of this red flag debacle where Shade Room has started doing a whole red flag thing last year during the pandemic.
Oh yeah. So now and everybody was posting the red flag.
So now everybody's screaming to the top of their lungs red flags. Like, she didn't even know what a red flag was before somebody said red flag. So can y'all stop with this red flag stuff? You didn't even know what a red flag was. You didn't even know the verbiage or the context to put that with before Shade Room started running with this red flag. It became a meme, and then everybody like, red flags, red flags. It's like, shut the hell up. Like, shut up. Because you once did not see red flags. So I really urge you, and this is why we're here, and this is what we're talking about when we say, why as a community do we say pay attention to the red flags when you once it was literally somebody with traffic lights telling you don't go this way, danger, and you still went into it. Somebody was screaming danger. A guy had danger stamped right on his forehead, sis, and you still went for it. But now you are the red flag guru. Now you're the red flag guru. So that's the interesting
Somebody
part.
said, okay, yeah. She said you were just open, just admit it. They must have just hopped on because somebody said you were open, just admit it. Yeah, we were just saying that she was open. She was doing something differently. That was the point. She went on the show because she wanted to be open and date differently. So yeah, you probably missed that part.
Platinum plus the red flag talk is draining. I keep telling y'all, I'm a healer that tells you to shut up. Shut the hell up.
Absolutely. We try to see the best in the people that we like. Yeah.
Y'all did not even know what the hell a red flag was before Shade Room blasted that. So shut up. Talking about red flags. I'm like, come on. Like, they screamed to the top of their tongue, red flags. Did you use that verbiage before that?
No.
You saw it? No, you didn't.
No.
Because you didn't tell your sister when your sister was dating a guy who had a girlfriend on the side and she was his sneaky link. You didn't tell her, sis, you see the red flags? You just called him a straight up dog. Like,
Mm-hmm.
red flag. Exactly. You classified them as signs before. Exactly. Fit goals. We like, we saw the signs. We saw we was like, we saw the signs. We saw the signs. The signs was there. You know? Now everybody like, red flag on the play. Shut your ass.
Right.
And then pay
I'm reading
attention.
this
You know, but so what happens when someone shows up one way, right? What happens when somebody's representative is speaking louder than them, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens in that sense? When their representative is speaking louder and you have to wait until the representative is tired.
Well, that's a matter that's whenever you always step into any situation using discernment. So you have to trust yourself. You don't go into a situation expecting to or looking to trust someone else. You have to trust yourself and trust that you're going to make the best decisions for yourself. So yeah, you can see past it whenever you're not all googly eyed and, desperate and ready to hop into the first thing smoking. Yep. You're going to pay attention to like, this seems like an act a little bit. You're going to catch on. It's not easy to pull the wool over somebody's eyes whenever you're like completely open and you like, I've done the work. I see you. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get past too far. That's why it's only been 6 months. It's not like, that's why I'm like, when we talked earlier, give thanks that the shit is done that fast. 6 months is pretty quickly to learn somebody's whole MO.
Girl, I learned the whole.
So it's like
I learned so much because I didn't. That's what it baffles me when it's like instead of what people receive and the fact that I had enough discernment to be open. So my discernment said be open, right? Be open, but be aware. So when people say you gave him your all, you didn't see what we saw. How could I see what you saw? I'm in this. You're not. You're seeing what's being portrayed to you. You're only seeing one dimension. I have all 3D perspective. So this is why it stops at 6 months. Don't think his collar wasn't being pulled when stuff wasn't adding up. You understand?
Right. It's like you didn't just sit there and, just the wool was pulled over your eyes and you were just there just a fool this whole ride. It's like you question things and ruffle some feathers to where it's like, oh, this ain't the one I can play with. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you knew because I'm trying to ask my girls that she already know. I'm not sitting there like
it ain't that easy, brother man.
Oh my God, he rubbed my booty on TV, so I'm in love.
Yeah. When the math ain't mathing, Aisha was like, what?
The math ain't mathing. I'm like, hold on.
Math ain't mathing.
They ain't adding up to what you said to me.
This don't sound right. Plain.
And so it confuses me when people like, you gave your all. It's like, so she was with us?
No, you kind of a mother of teenagers, kind of a whole business owner, kind of, like.
We're lucky if we got time to spend with each other because I run a business. We're lucky when we had date night because I have 2 teenagers. We're lucky when we had those moments to really connect when the camera stopped because we both have a life and I run a business. So this all that I'm giving someone is interesting to me, but it's confusing still to the fact that because it's not confusing, it's just interesting rather that women walk the same walk because you've been hurt, right?
Absolutely.
You've been hurt. You have given somebody the trust, and then how would I know?
Right.
No, and never mentioned time was the issue.
End of story. Exactly. Once the representative left, Aisha rolled out. End of story.
I was like, I'm out of here. Deuces.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, butterfly. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. Anybody wants to join and tell us time where they felt like they showed up and they didn't get the same output? But Lady A, I don't know. That's the thing. We're never going to get. So what I also
The
want us to
answers to
understand
these
is we're
questions.
never going to get answers to someone else's stuff, right? We are never going to get answers to the game somebody else decided to play. We're never. The act itself is your closure. I mean, because I did. I went to him like, I need closure. What's up? But the act itself is the closure. And once you start to sit back with yourself and say, damn, I don't know why this happened and that happened, but it's not my place to know. Know that you were
Right,
removed
right.
so you don't continue to be played with. Can we tackle the issue of Black men just having babies? Like, what is going on in their collective consciousness? How can we help them? They are so bottom of the barrel. Again, that's not a that's a man's issue, and that's also a woman's issue to say protect yourself too.
Right.
If that's the choice of two people and they decided to have children together, whether they're not
Well,
together.
you don't need close. Okay, so, and that's another thing. We talked about this earlier too. Aisha, this person said that's the part that gets me and never getting closure as to why they've done what they did. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with whoever's being cheated on. So it's not for you to understand. You know, it's just a matter of like, okay, this is my experience, and you pick up and do what you
Hi,
decide to do with
Roxy. Hey.
it.
Sabo, what's up?
Nothing. Life in Houston. The men out here are fine. I really don't know what y'all are talking about, but I mean, I'm just here to talk about Houston. Houston's fun. The men are fine. They have chivalry. They open my door. Yeah, I love it. Unfortunately, a lot of the guys are short though, so
I cannot. Well, we was talking about why women find demise in each other's misery.
oh, because they're insecure with themselves, jealousy because they want what someone else has. I just feel like what's for me is always supposed to be for me, so I'm never gonna want what someone else has, you know? And I feel like
Right, right.
so
Yeah,
never happy.
I'm definitely okay.
Some people are really like never happy with what they have. You know, you want a bigger butt, you want more money, you want a nicer car, or, you know, a bigger house, and then once you get it, you still want more. So some people are just never gonna be happy with whatever God gives them. I don't know. Y'all are beautiful though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are so beautiful.
Thank
Listen,
you.
I gotta show y'all Carrie. Carrie's here too. We're just gonna say hi. Carrie! Y'all, I'm
Yes,
loud.
I am definitely fine. I'm definitely fine. I'm because that's what happens when you do it in
Yes,
the
ma'am.
work. You're gonna always be fine. You're gonna always be fine. So when you do it in the work, you're gonna be fine. Hey,
Hey, Karen.
Carrie.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
hi.
guys.
Hi,
Hey.
you look so pretty. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Okay, I'm
Thank
neat. All right. Well, I'm a listen, I really didn't want nothing. You know, every time I see you on live, I just be hopping on here.
to say hi.
I flap my gums a couple times and I pop out.
All
I
right.
always
Well, thank y'all for jumping in. Say hi. Miss y'all. Hurry up back.
yes. I don't know about that. It's giving if I find me a husband out here, I might not come back, babe. Might not. But anyways, y'all have a great day. I'm hitting another bar, go get drunk. Stay prayed up, keep hope alive. Stay away from men that are broke.
I
What other
can't.
good advice do I have? If men don't work out, there's always women. We love them all.
um,
I'm just
and
I'm being
the
crazy. It's
women.
fun. I want to get drunk. Love you, Aisha.
Bye. Love
Bye,
you.
friend.
Bye. Bye.
And friends like that are crazy. Okay, who would like to join? Who would like to join and want to talk about this? Who wants to join? Remember, this is Love and Life Chats with Aisha and the Two Live Crew. Yeah, that's you. The Two Live Crew. Yeah, that's you. Who wants to join us and talk about what the topic is today? Why do women find pleasure in other women's demise? Why do they want to bring you into their misery and want you to be their company? Why are people so much pessimist that they want to say, ha, 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 we knew it was going to happen, versus being open to love in the process of love? Who wants to chat with us? Yes, he did. He fought for me all the time. Anytime I said, like, let's let it be over, he'd say, I don't want it to be over. I want to fight for this. He did. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys, I don't know what image you guys have of me, because I speak of love, and I speak of finding love, and I speak of wanting love. That's not weakness. I'm not no Des, am I weak? Girl, I'm a firecracker. I am a firecracker. You hear me? I am a whole firecracker. So I'm not meek. I'm not meek. I'm not a meek woman.
Right. Very vocal.
I'm very vocal. He said it on interviews. He told you guys on interviews, if she got something to say, she gonna say it. One thing she don't do. He said it on many interviews that she does not bite her tongue. That's why I don't understand what image you guys have of me. I don't know what image is that you guys think I'm just sitting here like, do whatever you want, whatever you want. Not I, cat. they think I'm sitting here like, oh, no, whatever you want. Do you think women are happy just because they say they didn't think he was? Do you think women are happy just because they say they didn't think he was sincere? I think it's what we're saying. Like, when a woman finds that she can't find the strength in her or the courage in her, she can't fathom how
people. I'm sorry. These
no,
comments, people just think they know. I need to charge my phone.
How did I seem super submissive? I am a submissive woman to my king. That's the energy that I am. I am a feminist. I am a feminine woman, that wants to rest in her feminine energy, and I can and will submit to my man. What submission did you see happen between me and Donte? Where did you see that at? I am always going to speak as a woman who wants to rest in her feminine energy, where I don't want to be bigger than a man and pump up my chest like I'm a man. I'm always going to be a woman who calls for the courtship of a man. I am always going to be a woman that says, do not put strong before you put Aisha. I am always going to be that woman, because the implication of strong already resides in the fact of my melanated skin and the fact that I am a woman. That is already the implication. I am strong because of those things. When you define me, I want to be known as a soft woman and be handled with care. Who said this man didn't handle me with care? Because I am boisterous in the fact that I want us as women to know that we are women and stop bucking up our chest like men, doesn't mean that I am meek. My voice doesn't disappear.
You want to rest in your femininity. That we should be allowed. That's the goal for us to be able to, be the feminine woman that we are.
My voice doesn't disappear.
The boss energy comes natural, but it's like that's not the whole package.
You guys are mistaking meekness with a woman who is confident in what she wants. You all have been conditioned that a woman can do it all and she doesn't need a man. And that is fine if that is your call to your life. Remember, we all call for action of what we want for our own life. The call for me is I am not busting my back until I am worn out. The call for me is I want a life partner. That is the call that I desire. If your call for you is I want to wake up every single day at the crack of dawn and go work every single day and be tired and drawn out, go pick my kids up for school, come home and cook for my husband, and then finish off my work, and then barely get some sleep, and then drag myself out of the bed and can't even get my wig on straight in the morning because I'm so daggone tired. That is your call. That is your call, sis. Your call. My call says, I want a life partner to do this thing with, so it doesn't have to be this hard.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to make him break his back? No. I told the story about how Michelle Obama and Obama visited a restaurant, and he said, oh, you would have been a restaurant's owner wife. She said, no, he would have been the president. I am not no woman who is sitting back and letting my man be just level. We bossing up together. We rising high together.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
I am a boss. My bossness is already there. I am a boss. I've been running my business. I don't work for nobody. I have not worked for somebody in over a decade. I don't work for nobody. I work for myself. I'm already a boss. I am also calling for a man that is going to be the boss and allow me to sit back and watch my man be the boss, and I still hold it down for him. That's my call. Why does it bother you? What I eat don't make you shit. Why is it your issue that I want a strong man? Why is it that your issue? This is what we're talking about. Why is it your problem? Why is it a problem for you that a woman is saying out loud that she wants to love a man and wants a man
Love her
to be
man.
a man?
Yeah.
Because exactly, Roxy, because he cheated doesn't mean he didn't handle me with care.
Right.
Because he cheated, I'm not even saying he didn't love me because he cheated. I'm saying he didn't love himself enough, and I'm saying I'm holding you accountable and I'm moving on.
Mm-hmm.
You guys keep mistaking somebody else's. If I say I want to be an actress, why? And then you guys say you can't be an actress. Why does that matter to me if I'm going to pursue something you saying don't do?
Right, right. Like you were supposed to say, oh, you don't think we're going to last? You don't think he's it? You right, sis. After going through the whole process of being on the show, saying that you're going to be open and do dating differently, you gave it a real shot. And some people don't know what that looks like for real. Some people can't fathom stepping outside of the box, and they're going to judge. But that part doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I'm never a pick me, honey, in my life. That's what y'all don't. And women like that are the ones who sit in the corner crying their eyes out. And women like that are the ones who sleep with women husbands. Women like that are
because they're okay with it for themselves.
They're so okay with not having their own. Women like that are the women who will sleep with your husbands. Women like that are the ones who are happy with scraps. Women like that are happy with never stepping up and saying that I deserve to have my own, because they're so happy with projecting their insecurities on another woman that they're so comfortable saying, I'm strong, I don't need no nigga. But then they meet John, and John like, I got a wife, and she's like, I'll sleep with you. As long as he come home. No, sis, that's the type of woman you are. You are the as long as he come home type of woman. I'm not.
Oh, good.
It ain't never gonna be no as long as he come home.
Exactly.
Nina, the reason why I'm being blamed is because those women are insecure.
Hi guys.
Beautiful.
Hi.
I just wanted to hop on the conversation if that's okay.
Yes. What's your name?
Yes.
My name is Mayani.
Oh, that's beautiful, Mayani.
I know.
Where are you from, Mayani?
So I live in Atlanta, but my parents are West African, Ghana and Sierra Leone.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Yes, I'm so happy to be talking to you.
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Girl. No, but Aisha, listen. Man, I've been like watching you, and when I tell you like purposeful, it's like I've been through like a level like of healing and like everything that like I speak that language, you know, and I realize like you're the first person that I've seen on TV that has spoken like that, like what you're talking about. And I like divine femininity, like healing, like real truth. And I feel like it's going to take a lot of people to understand because they have to do the work, but you've done the introduction at least. And you showed showing up. Like when you say showing up, people can't fathom letting your guard down.
Yes, yes. That's exactly what I was saying.
Right. So you
she
know,
is gorgeous. They're saying you're gorgeous. She is. She's absolutely.
Yes, she is.
Listen, I don't do stuff like this at all. But I was like, I have to come on here, you know. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So say more. So explore more that what you're saying. That not letting the guard down.
Yeah, I mean, people literally like. I mean, most people have been hurt. I could say all people have been hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
The bravery it takes to like love. I think people, it's so easy to hate. It's so easy to be negative. It takes bravery to love. And that type of courage takes work. And I like that you said, you know, you're healed, but still healing. So like these things happen. It's never about anybody else, you know? And the thing about it, like Donte, he's like, seems like his name is Conscious Good Boy, right? And in the spiritual, I guess, community, or people want to enter a spiritual community, they think everyone that says that they're spiritual or conscious really has embodied that or been on that journey, but that's not always true, you know? So
right. Yes.
We're here to learn our own lessons. Right. So Aisha's purpose being on this show and going through all this, you know, even though the pain is there, but the lesson trumps everything.
Absolutely.
That he has healed. He really may think that, you know, I'm taking care of myself, I'm conscious, I'm healed. He has now realized on his journey, he has more work to do. And as much as you want to fight people and shame people and cuss them out, everyone has their own individual journeys. That's for him to learn. And, you know, you're still doing your purpose, bringing all these women into I don't even know how to call it, like consciousness. And that's like a powerful thing. And I mean, for you to even sit up here and put yourself out there, like, imagine how much, I don't even know how much work that has taken, but it's people like
I say that all the time. Like, I could not imagine sitting in your seat right now.
Absolutely.
You know,
some days
and being that vulnerable.
Some days I cry because I'm like, why don't they get it? Why don't they get that? I don't.
But everybody's at different levels of awareness.
Like, it's some days when I sit and I pray and I say, why don't they get that? I don't want to sit here and do this, but somebody has to do it for us. Somebody has to stand up for us. When do we that look like this, beautiful, melanated, beautiful Black sisters, join forces enough to say, sis, you get to go? That you, oh my God, it's not your fault. And if you had a part to play in it and your accountability in it, sis, let's fix that. Let's not make those same mistakes again. I knew one of the things I learned about therapy was my people pleasing. And I learned a long time ago not to be a people pleaser. Because if I was a people pleaser, I would have stayed with the cheating. Because I wouldn't have wanted to fail. One of my things I learned into therapy was I don't like failure. And I learned that failure looks like I tried, it didn't work, got it, let's get along.
And I got up. Yeah.
If I was still in that same space where I used to live before therapy, you guys would have never heard this happen. I would have still been with Donte, crying my eyes out and saying, please, just don't cheat no more. But I found the courage and I did the inner work to be like, I don't need to please you, brother. And I don't need to please whoever thousands or millions is watching. If you can't receive my vulnerability and my courage, then the therapy in me learned how to say, pardon my French, but fuck you.
Right.
That's literally my therapist told me to learn how to say that. And I was like, sis. And she was like, I need you to learn to say, so what, I couldn't please the mass. F the mass. Aisha, you owe only to yourself. That's what therapy did for me. If I still lived in that place where I wanted to please everybody watching, I would have been like, I would have chose choice words. I would have made sure it sounded perfect. I would have made sure.
Right.
I'm not here to people please any of you. I thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching. But that 1%, 99.9%.
They want to see you broken, unfortunately, right? Like people expect you right now to be like crying, like they're not understanding. And there's like one song that says, "Praise confuses the enemy." It confuses. It's confusing to people that you are standing in your power. But I just say, anytime you heal, you get tested. So I just want to say to you, this is a test, but it looks like you are passing with flying colors. You know, like something, anybody watching, anytime, guys, I don't care how much you grow, there's going to be a test. God, the universe is going to say, have you learned? Are you going to revert back to the same way that you were?
Yeah.
Or are you going to use the tools and move forward?
That you learn. Right.
And I just know it's purposeful because it's happening to you on this stage. For other people to see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I know it's happening for a reason. And you know, we sending healing energy to everybody involved. We're not shaming nobody.
Look, she's speaking. She's talking that shit.
It takes work, but listen,
it
guys,
does. It absolutely does.
Anything on the other side is worth it.
It's worth it.
You going out. Speak louder.
I said it's worth it. Like on the other side of your pain, what's on the other side is so much more beautiful. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to. It's a lie to say that you have to be broken. You don't. Live in the energy of love, and all you will attract is love. God is love. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Show up as that.
Show up as that, and it hurts. Like we get hurt. That's life. If we weren't supposed to hurt, we wouldn't have came back on this earth. You came back, but we have lessons to learn. So like, hold your head up, take your lessons, move with grace, and be positive so you can attract more positivity. If you get caught up in that negativity, that's what you're going to attract. So listen, follow Aisha, keep listening to these things. So much I could say right now. So much.
No, say it. You hear. That's what this is for. Love and life chats for Aisha and Two Live.
It's a journey, but I promise you guys, go on the journey. You deserve it. I always say, love. Sorry, guys. I was saying like love is the highest frequency. Anytime you want to just think about the person that you're mad at, have compassion for everybody. Everybody is struggling on some capacity. And the most important person is to love yourself. Forgive yourself.
Yes. Our friend kept telling me, give yourself grace, Aisha.
You have to give yourself grace.
Why don't you deserve it? If your friend was going through the situation, would you be like, I told you so?
She would tell me the same thing.
Yeah.
She would tell me the same thing. That's why I'm like, Aisha, now you got to be gentle with yourself.
We have to. And remember, guys, God has your plan.
Yes.
No matter how hard what you're going through is, there is a greater plan.